Shalom, I am Samuel D. Spoonar. What is your name, sir?
Nick.
All right. It's nice to meet you, sir. As Christians, how should we approach the idea of sharing the gospel all the time? So tell me, what do you think happens after someone dies? What are your thoughts?
Well, my personal beliefs are that after a person's spirit leaves their body, it goes to heaven.
Okay.
And as long as they're a believer and they've accepted Christ as their Savior, they're allowed to enter heaven.
Okay. What should we do as Christians when given the opportunity to, say, share the gospel with a coworker or with a friend? Kind of funny how that comes to be, you know?
Right, yeah.
It's just this is an ordained thing. God wanted this to happen. So
Yeah, nothing really is, not circumstantial, but what is the word I'm looking for here? Coincidence.
yeah,
So, a lot of people use that to describe situations, but I believe those situations are better described as, like you said, ordained.
yeah.
They're meant to happen. Even if they're just quick encounters with people, sometimes it's just, you can be a light to people if you're allowed to, and you can use each little situation, just to give an example. This last week, I'm a truck driver, so I drive freight all over, New York and Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia.
Cool.
And I had backed into a dock, and one of our tasks was to remove any debris or anything that's inside of our trailer before they load the trailer, because they're loading paper rolls.
Right.
And there can't be anything in the trailer that's got to damage the paper rolls. Well, the other driver that was next to me in the dock, he didn't have a way to remove the nails that were in his trailer, so I had an extra pry bar, and so I just gave him the pry bar. I didn't know the guy or anything like that, and I just figured, why not be nice to somebody? That may come back around to me someday. If it doesn't, I'm not out anything anyway. I have my own tools. I had another pry bar with me, so I just, things like that sometimes make you feel good about, you. And that's really part of the basis of being a Christian, is just showing others that it's okay to be nice, and it's okay to act friendly to people, and it's all right to give things, personal items, or even if it's just an encouraging word.
Oh, yeah. Although that is a great thing to do. In fact, 1 Peter chapter 2 talks about having a good lifestyle in front of unbelievers so they might glorify God. But also, as Christians, we're commanded to spread the gospel. Now, I'm not saying what he did was wrong. In fact, I think it was right. It's something that I have done many times, but it opens opportunities to share the gospel, which is ultimately what we're called to do. In fact, Paul says, how shall they hear without a preacher, right? How shall they hear without someone who speaks to them? How can they believe in the truth if they've never been told it? So that's why it's up to us to tell them we have been given this opportunity by God. I'm not going to go into why, but the fact is that God has commanded us, whether you're male or female, to show them Jesus Christ, opening up the opportunities, and then share with them the gospel. Now, in every single moment, you need to be living out this gospel, but preaching it is usually few and far between. You need to first actually be living like a proper Christian, and then you need to show that, and you need to preach that. So what you preach needs to match with your living. Now, that's not to say that you're perfect, but this is all starting into evangelism. In my case, I just carry around little Bibles all the time, of which you guys have seen, and at my job, I try to be a godly example. So hopefully this has been kind of an instruction level video that you comprehend, you get where I'm coming from as a Christian, and I hope that you go out and spread the gospel, not only in what you say, but also in what you do, because it is show and tell.